Hey, fellow gamers, welcome to the Avowed Gamer channel. Please like and subscribe because it's free. And also because I want to build a gamer community. Plus, it helps a brother out. So, anyways, let's do this. Today we're going to get into the mobile app game called Galaxiga. And what I want to do is help you get a better understanding of the guild feature in this game. But please be advised, I'm not gonna go into every single detail about the guild because it's constantly evolving, but I will help you have a real basic understanding of the Galaxica guild. So, first, let's understand what the meaning of a guild is by simply defining it. So, a guild is a group of people having considerable power in pursuit of a common goal. Simply put, that's what a guild is. And so in Galaxiga, when you join a guild, there are certain advantages that if you're playing this game, regularly, then there are advantages that you would want to gain by participating in a guild. And so some of the advantages of a guild are that it can actually boost the power of all your starships. That includes drones and your stones. However, it does come at a price. And what I mean by saying that is, in order for the guild to boost the power of your starships, drones, and stones, all the guild members must make contributions. So if you've joined a guild and then were quickly removed, it's probably because you were not contributing to the power and advantages that the guild brings. And so if you're not going to contribute, then you're likely going to get removed. And so with that, these contributions come in the form of the game's main currency, such as the coins and also the blue gems. Also, contributions are made from the alliance points and also guild points. And we'll get a little bit into that so you clearly know what it means. So, what you can also do is when it comes to a guild, you're actually able to create a guild to where you're the only member involved, meaning it's on a private setting. And what that means is nobody else can join your guild, but you do have a guild and it's just for you. And it'll be up to you and you alone to provide the contributions needed for your guild to grow. Now, some other advantages of your guild is that you're gonna go ahead and let's just actually go ahead and start going into the guild and then you'll see it for yourself. So I'll start from the on the lower portion of the screen you see, right? So you see the highlighted dots that they're like pink, purple, magenta, whatever color you want to call them. So we'll just run through those real quick, right? So on the bottom you have your chat. And of course, your chat is a way that you can communicate throughout the entire world as an option to all the members who are participating in the Galaxiga app game. So you can literally just post whatever here, and then everybody who goes into this chat area can see it. Everyone who's a part of the game. Please always make appropriate comments or statements or questions in this area. Don't be disrespectful or rude or nasty in here. As far as being disrespectful, honestly, it's up to you. But I encourage you not to do like that. Next, you can go to your country, and this is just pertaining to your particular country of where your country is. And then next, you have your guild, and this is just you communicating amongst your members of your own personal guild. For me, I think it's I don't want to say important because first off, this is just a game. You know what I mean? There's nothing really important about this, but I think it's really beneficial for everybody to be able to constantly be on the same page as far as your team and your guild to be in good communication with each other. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way because a lot of the guild members, well, in my experience, they don't all participate in the chat, although I wish they would. I know there are some members of my guild who are not even from my country, the United States of America, and I don't even know if if I put it in the chat, if it's translating to their language when they go to read it. I imagine it is. I don't see why it wouldn't, but if it isn't, then that's definitely a problem. All right. So then that's the chat. If you're a part of a guild, I encourage you to constantly, every time you go into your guild section, to look in your chat to see what's going on among your own team, because a team is a unit. If you are in a guild, you wanted to be a part of a team, therefore, you need to participate as a team member. But because a lot of people don't really understand the guild, because it takes time to fully understand and unravel this game, I'm constantly learning this game. I've been on here for about a couple of months, and every day I'm learning something new. I look at one thing that I've been seeing over and over again, and then finally it just clicks like, oh, that's what that's for. So, yeah, that's why I think a lot of members don't participate in the chat, but do it if you're going to join a guild. You need to participate in the chat and look in there every single time you go in there. All right, now the next thing I want to go into is right next to chat, you see donate, right? So donate, this is another advantage of having a guild. When you donate, you see in here, the donate area allows for you to put in a request for the other members of your guild to donate space or starship cards. So we'll hit on Galax Ace, for example. So this shows me my amount of cards that I have for my starship. So I have this amount, for this ship, and then I can contribute 5. So my member is requesting for 5 of those cards. So I'm gonna hit donate, and then I'm gonna give him 5, right? So he can help to grow his starship. And once you make your contribution, you're not able to contribute again to that particular member who's making that request. And so me on the bottom, that's me, Red Panda. I just recently put in my request to get 10 cards for this particular spaceship to help my starship grow. And so once I get my 10, I'll hit finish. And then once I hit finish, then on the bottom of that, you see on the bottom right, there's a timer. That timer is going to let you know how much time you have to wait in order for you to make your request again. So once you get your requested amount, you can't just automatically right away put in a new request for another request. But I'll just say that for another request, you can't do that because it could become a little, I think, annoying if you continuously are able to just right away put in that request. So that's another advantage to a guild. It can actually help you build your starship. So let's get out of here. All right, so we did donate. Next to donate, this is where we're going to get into advantages. And so you have here the advantages. And this is where your advantages comes to boosting the power of all of your starships. So right here, we have starship boost. I'm going at the top, right? So at the top, it says starship boost. And then underneath, it says increased starship damage. And then it's plus 6%. And so this is actually where our level is on the increased power for our starship, meaning when we go into a battle or AKA campaign, then this is how much force, how much more power our ship has, which is, when we battle, we can kill when we're destroying the bugs or the aliens, whatever you want to call it. When we're fighting, it increases that power by 6%. And so this is where it comes into the contributions, where all members must contribute. If you're not contributing in this area, then you need to get kicked out, because now you're just hanging on to the efforts of everybody else except for you. You're garnishing the benefits, but you're not giving nothing back. So, it's like you're being a freeloader. And so you don't want to do that. But here, right here, it's highlighted. I'm gonna go into the section, right, where you see the highlighted starship. So then it shows you all the levels and the starship powers that you can acquire. So right here, you can see that we're on level 2 with our starship boost, and on the very bottom, you see the coins icon, and then the blue gem icon, and then you see the alliance points icon. So starting from the coins, when you hit the the coins, you contribute, and then it will add automatically 2,000 coins. No one can do it for this particular starship right now because it's 100% maxed out. When you go to the top part, you can see the level of where it's at. So starship boost, and then 100% coins are filled. Coins are the easiest, quickest way to contribute to your guild. But then underneath that, I'm going at the top again. When you see underneath 100% the coins, you see the blue gems. Blue gems are a little bit more challenging to have contribute to your guild because basically, the way the game sets up, it gives you a certain amount. You're limited to the amount of anything, but especially blue gems because they put really a lot of value for the gems in this game. So it's a little bit more difficult for your members to contribute without actually having to purchase from your own credit card more gems. And so that one, it's a little bit challenging for the guild members to do, especially if they're not really super avid about playing the game. If they're basically not an avowed gamer, like a true avowed gamer, then no, they're not going to really contribute a lot. And so that takes a while. But on the very bottom, you can hit 10 blue gems, and then that's how much you will contribute. So boom, I just contributed, and then it just added a certain percentage. And because of the small amount of contribution that one individual can make, it takes a long time. That's why you need all your members. You want to have good quality members of your guild to be in your guild. That way you guys can advance quickly. I just recently got my guild in the beginning of 2022, and so right now it's February. So I think, respectively, my guild is coming along pretty nice. Now next to that, you'll see contribute on the bottom, next to the 10 blue gem, contribute 100, and it kind of looks like an apple, but what that is your alliance points. Now, many people don't really understand what the alliance points are or how to get them, so let's go out. I'm gonna go to the home. On the very bottom, you see my starship, and then at the top portion, you see my picture, and then go all the way to the right, and then right below that, you see friend. I'm gonna click friend, and then you see collect and send alliance points. It's the highlighted orange thing, that's the highlighted orange dot right there. When you click it, boom, I just got 270 alliance points to be able to contribute. And so in order to get alliance points, you need to make friends with people. That's basically all you do with members of the game of Galaxiga. You just go through and you just find people throughout the entire game, and then you just add them to your friends. And then that's how you get alliance points. And so we're going to go back to the guild. And so when you go to contribute, now I can contribute, but I don't want to contribute here. I want to actually contribute to the skill boost. So I'm going to hit skill boost, right? Well, I guess I did contribute. Boom, right there. And then I hit it again. So then I just added to the completion of the alliance points for the skill boost for that particular thing. So that's what that is. And that's where you contribute. If you're not contributing here, you're not going to stay in the guild long. And then on the bottom, the next thing is war, right? Next to advantages is war. So right now, there's a campaign going or an event going called Banish the Shadows. And so I'm going to go all the way out again. So where we saw Fran, right? Where we had Fran, go over, you see quest, and right below that, it says Banish the Shadow. I think every member who's participating in Galaxiga right now has this icon appearing, and some people are able to go in here and some aren't. The reason that those who are not able to participate in this is because they are not in a guild. So the boss guild, right? So then you click that, and then me, I already made my run. I had a pretty bad run today. Only got 4.21 billion points worth of damage toward this. Now, this is a whole nother video in itself. I'll just briefly explain. So Banish the Shadow is a campaign that allows you to be able to go against a boss, that the game created for you to fight, but it's supposed to be as a guild. So all the members of my guild should be participating in this event. And when everyone participates, it allows for the next level. So you see the shadow, right? The picture of the shadow, and next to that it says level 5. As long as we defeat, everybody has to participate. As long as we defeat the that shadow on this level, then we'll be able to go to the next level. But if your guild members are not participating in this event, then you're going to be stuck. Like right now, unfortunately, we're stuck because all my members aren't participating at the same time. It's all random because everybody's across the world. So I have my one guy, he's from Canada. He participated today, but I need the other guys to participate today. But what'll happen is they'll end up participating tomorrow and the others won't. So it that's where you get in communication. So that's just an example for you to be able to join a guild. And then here later they have a guild war. So you're going to be guilds versus guild, which is going to be coming. And unless you're in the guilds, you can't participate. So we're going to go back. And then next on the bottom, we're going to see leaderboard. Leaderboard, it just shows you all some of the other guilds that are also a part of the game. And then right here, you can see we're ranked 484 because we haven't been well, we're growing slowly. I'll just say that. So that's what that is. And then I'm gonna show you what it means to. I'll show you an example of what it means to boost your starship and your drone power by your guild. So I'm gonna click on my starship. So this is the SS Andromeda. And so here, when you highlight it all, I'm just highlighting everything, right? And then that just shows you the power levels and the different powers that come to you. But underneath all of that, you see that word power, right? So I'm going to select my starship, and then I'm going to press power. And so this shows you a rundown of your power. This is your detail power. This is where all of your starship's power is coming from. So right now, my detail power, I'm at 10 million for the SS Andromeda, and then it just breaks it down. So one by one, power by plane, I have 5 million. Power by rank. So this is my rank in the game. That my rank in the game gives me that amount, 2.5 million. And then power by VIP gives me another amount. And then power by Megaforce gives me another amount. And then lastly, you see power by guild. So my guild by itself, because it reached the level of level 2 for my starship, it's adding 300,000 power points to my starship. So when I'm battling, then I have that extra power. And so this is just a rundown of the guild. And then go back to the top. I'm gonna go to right under where you see your status bar at the very, very top. You see your your energy charge, your coin amount, and then your gems. Right there it says Avowed Gamer and then leader. The reason why it says leader is because I'm the one who created this guild, so I'm the leader. And then it has the number 2 in there. That means we're at level 2 guild. And so I'm gonna click on that, Avowed Gamer, and then this shows you all the members of my guild. So of all my members, I have 10 out of 11 spots filled in my guild. So that means somebody can join my guild if they find my guild. And so right here at the top, you see that orange bar. That orange bar is just showing you the level of your level to your guild. And the way that moves is I'm going to hit the icon where the exclamation mark is. I'm going to click it right next to the orange. And this says guild points. Our stock of my total guild. This is how much, with all my members, how much guild points is added to my guild to increase the level. And the way, like here, it clearly says, the way to get more points is by completing daily quest. And so that's where that is. And then also, if you're the leader or creator of your guild, right next to that level 2 on the right, I'm going to hit the settings icon. This is only for the one who created the guild. This is access for them only. Here you can see that name guild 500. If you want to change the name of your guild, it's going to cost you 500 gems. So because of that, you're not regularly going to want to change that because that's a lot of gems just to change. So you're going to be dedicated to your name. Underneath it says slogan guild, but you can put a slogan, for instance, you can be like, hey, got to play to win. Something like that. But what I've seen from a lot of guilds is that they just it's like a message board because a lot of the members may not go into the chat. So then you have that message board right there for everybody to be able to see. And then next to that, you see where it says frame 9. Basically, frame 9 is just changing the color of the flag that you want it to be. So that's what that is. And then icon is basically literally the icon if you want to change the icon. But below that, you have guild status. Right now, anybody can join. However, like I was showing you earlier, if you want your own guild and you just want it to be by yourself and you just want to create a guild so you can participate in like the guild wars, then you can be on private and it's just you. And then underneath that, require. For me, I'm only requiring squadron leaders or above, but I think if I want above, I need to actually change it to another part, which is wing commander, which would be next. But right now, I just allow squadron leaders to come in. No one less than that can come in here. Um, I chose squadron leader because when you're at that level, you're regularly playing and you've likely contributed a lot to your own starships or your own fleet in order for you to get to that level, because you can't just be a squadron leader and have like rookie starships. So yeah, that those it seems like they'll be more committed to participating in your guild. So that's why I have that there. And so here you see my list of my members. These are the members, and then right above that, where you see contributors, the green, I'm gonna click contributors. This will allow you to see what your members are contributing. So here you see here all the contributions that all the members are making towards your guild. On the bottom, I have my thing in my message, the slogan. So right at the top, right, you see the words where it says "Big shout out to Ranger." So that's where you put your slogan. So if you get your guild, you're gonna want to create some type of regulations. Me, it's 50 blue gems a week minimum to guarantee your stay here. So if you're not contributing to at least 50 blue gems a week for this guild, then you've already agreed that if you're gonna be here, you're gonna participate in that. And so if I just randomly kick you out, you know why, because you weren't doing it. But me, I'm a little bit cooler than that. I'll directly communicate to each individual and be like, hey, come on, you gotta boost it up or else I'm gonna have to have you leave. I'll give them a chance before I just boot them out. That's what I've been doing. And so I'm gonna hit contributors, the green, and then you can run down, right? And on the bottom part, this was a newer member added, but up there, you can see everybody who's participated and contributed the blue gems or their alliance points or the coins. And so some of the members here I've allowed to stay here, even though they haven't contributed a gem at all. The reason why is because they're contributing greatly in the alliance. So that, that's actually helped greatly to increase the starship level or my level for all of us to boost our guild. So I'm leaving them in here because they're contributing greatly in that aspect. And so that's another way, you can decide to leave somebody in or boot them out. If they're not contributing at all, then no, you don't want them in your guild. And so here you see certain colors of each member. So the top three, Red Panda, it's like burgundy. Below that is purple or violet, and then below that is green. So these are the different levels. So the reason why Red Panda is burgundy is because that's the color of the leader. And so below that is the vice leader, but it's called the vice lord. And so you can actually create or make somebody else you can make any one of your members in a position. So then what you do is you just click on a member. So for instance, you can see profile, but if you hit promote allows you to elevate a member in your guild to become, for instance, he wouldn't just be a regular member, someone who's just here chilling and may have a chance to get kicked out easily. But you can press accept and then he will become an elder. And then that will change his color to green, as you see here, the one above that. And so that's how you do that. I do want to give a word of caution. If you are the leader and you decide to promote your members, do not promote them to the leader spot, because what it will do, it will kick you out of the leader spot and you will become the vice lord and you will no longer have access to your settings. So just be aware of that. Be careful of what you're doing. Don't just keep, promote. There can only be one vice lord and only one leader, but anybody can be an elder. I just wanted to run that down for the guild to show you what it is behind the scenes of the guild and how it works. I hope that helps. Again, please hit like, subscribe, and game on.